If you love comedy, there is a good chance you have Kevin Hart as one of the best comedians today. He's hilarious, loves to be on stage, and the way he can make a quick-witted and humorous repartee or joke is one of the best that I have seen. You can have a debate whether he's on the Mount Rushmore of all-time great comedians. Kevin Hart loves to watch basketball games. He's from Philadelphia, so there's a good chance you might see him there. Whenever he starts to make fun of NBA players, it's a safe bet it's going to be hilarious and will immediately go viral on the internet. Today we will take a look at all the times when Kevin Hart roasting and making fun of NBA players. But before that, hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell button so that you never miss out on any of our latest NBA content. For the first incident, after dominating the Los Angeles Lakers on their home floor for 46 points, 14 for 20 shooting from the field, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 blocked shots en route to a 115-109 win back in 2017, Joelle Embiid gave a post-game interview. Not so far from him was Kevin Hart, ready to video bomb and steal the show. Here's what happened in the interview. The courtside reporter asked Joelle Embiid, "Joelle, what was working so well for you? Career highs in points, blocks, rebounds, and..." Before the reporter got to finish her question, Kevin Hart interrupted her by shouting, "Trust the process! Trust the process!" And Joelle Embiid joined him, stopping the interview for a quick moment. If you listened closely to that interview, even Joelle Embiid had a subtle joke to say about his performance. "Still working on my conditioning, so I would say 50. No, I'm at 69%, so it's getting there." Ha, gotcha, Joelle. The next incident is all about the 2017 Golden State Warriors, back when they had that big four of Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. This actually happened in Philadelphia. The Warriors were destroying the Sixers in the third quarter, but Stephen Curry was having a bad game that night. Kevin Hart was sitting courtside and made sure Steph knew he was awful. Here's what the reporters had to say. "Last basket for the Warriors. After that little loose ball and long rebound from Draymond Green, the Sixers got Justin Anderson from Dallas in the Nerlens-Noel trade." Is that Stephen Curry in conversation with Kevin Hart? It is. I wonder if Steph came up to him and said, "You're going to learn tonight." After the free throw, Kevin Hart had the nerve to yell, "That's a brick!" when Stephen made a tough layup on the other end. I guess whatever Kevin Hart said to him didn't work at all. This scene happened again in Philadelphia in the year 2017. James Harden and the Rockets beat the Sixers that day, barely winning the game by a deficit of 5 points. Harden had the game of his life, scoring 51 points, getting 13 rebounds, and dishing 13 assists. Harden had 19 points of his 51 points in the third quarter. He was named the player of the game, so he had to talk to the media after. You can see from the background, Kevin Hart was dancing all over the scene, waiting for his opportunity to say something about Harden. Here's what he had to say. "Kevin is from here. I had to show him up a little bit, but it's all love. The Sixers are a great team and they play hard," Harden said. Before Cassidy had the chance to ask a question, Kevin Hart instantly jumped in and said, "You can't beat my team and get an interview without me doing this." Then he did a dance move that I'm pretty sure is from the 90s. The next one involves Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat when they played each other in the 2018 playoffs. In Game 2, the Sixers were up 2-1 and had a chance to shorten the gap by scoring a field goal, which brought the lead to 6. Earlier in the game, D-Wade was having a bad game, and again, like what he did with Steph Curry, he trash-talked and let him know how bad he was. After that, Dwayne Wade went on flash mode and took over the game, finishing the game with 28 points and scoring clutch baskets down the stretch. When D-Wade was interviewed after the game, he had these things to say. "Kevin Hart. You can thank Kevin Hart for that. It's a great feeling when you know you're on a roll scoring the basketball, especially when you're on the road and you got people like Kevin Hart talking smack on the sideline." Kevin Hart is not limited to talking at any basketball game. He has mentioned 1 or 2 NBA players on talk shows. In this incident, he was doing an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He admitted that he goes to a lot of NBA games to talk trash and get them distracted from the game. He opened up about what he would say. Jimmy asked, "When you go to a game, you're always right in the front row, and you always seem to be talking to the players during the game. What are you saying to them?" Kevin answered, "I'm talking smack to them. I talk a lot of trash, that's why I go. I sit courtside to mess with a lot of players. That's literally all I do. It gets so bad because the players would know that I had too much to drink when I'm slurring. Funny story, I pissed off James Harden. I go to the game and James was not playing a good game because he was in my city. I said to him, 'Your beard stinks, I hate your cats, I think you got butt shots.'" Do you know what happened after that? Just press the back button a few seconds and listen to what he did to the Sixers that night. At the 2016 All-Star Celebrity Game, USA versus Canada, Kevin Hart was battling with Drake. Kevin Hart was supposed to be a coach because he said, "He has done enough because I've won 4 MVPs already." But in a 360 turn after the halftime break, he decided to play the game because he thought he would help the team, but he hurt them instead. Canada won against the USA 74-64. Despite Team USA losing, Kevin stole the show again. While Team USA was in a huddle, the coach Kevin Hart had these things to say. "I'm not out here to play games, do you hear me? If you play games, you won't play my games. Do I make myself clear?" Now, this next one is definitely one of my favorites. We all know Kawhi Leonard is a silent and fun guy, while Kevin is a loud and annoying person, but in a hilarious way. When Kevin Hart was asked to join Mike Greenberg on ESPN's Get Up to talk about the Toronto Raptors introducing Kawhi for the first time in 2019, Kawhi made this weird, obnoxious, I'm not sure if it's fake or not, laugh in the press conference, and Kevin Hart laughed so hard. Greenberg asked, "It has been too long since I said hello to the great Kevin Hart. There are very few people that deserve the introduction of the great, but there is no question that you fall in that category. I know you're friends with a lot of these players. I see you hanging around with a lot of these players. Do you ever spend time with Kawhi Leonard?" But before you answer that, take a look at this video of Kawhi Leonard and give me your thoughts. Kevin busted out laughing and asked, "What just happened? It's not even a laugh, it's an outburst." Greeny asked another question, "If someone was sitting in the front of one of your shows and laughs like that, what would you do?" Kevin said, "I would punch him in the face." Kevin Hart has done a lot of funny stuff outside of his shows, especially with NBA players. That's why people love him and continue to support him. Is Kevin Hart hilarious or not? What's the best scenario where he poked fun and roasted NBA players? Please tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.